I'll speak for a lot of us when I say you probably haven't maybe achieved everything that you wanted this year. Maybe you kind of fell back into old routines. Maybe you're kind of like in a rut. So there are 71 days, and let's make the most of those 71 days. So I call this the fall sprint. And this video is going to show you how to sort of conceptualize and hone in on what you want to achieve in the last 71 days, what you want to do to set yourself up for success and feel your best in the end of 2025, and then also put yourself in a great foundation for 2026. So I'm doing this in Notion. You can definitely do this in other places as well. It could literally be a Word document. But yeah, let's get going. Okay, cool. So set it up, make it as mood boardy as you want. So the way that I break this up is in 3 different ways. And I've done this for myself. This is going to be like a mock version that people could emulate in their own life. Obviously, you have to personalize it to yourself, but I break it up into routines, goals, and philosophies. And these are things that you're going to work towards in your last 71 days. So I'm going to make this into heading 2, same for, goals and philosophies, and again, you're just pressing on that and then turn into heading 2. I always make these like a different color or something as well, just to make them stand out. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take away the 71 days. Let's not make ourselves more nervous than we need to be, but just so you know, 71 days left. That's still plenty of time to get loads done. So when it comes to routines, what I mean by this is habits that me up for success. So what can you do in your daily or weekly life that is just going to put you in the best headspace possible, in the best position to be productive, to be happy, to further your goals? So I'm going to make up a couple things, but of course this will be different for every person. I'm going to say like a daily walk is something that I know is super amazing, not only for your health, but also just for general productivity and mental health. So daily walk, maybe you want to walk 30 minutes a day, whether that's, even if you didn't make it to the gym that day, that's still something that you're doing with your body every single day. So daily walk. Then maybe deep work block in mornings, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So these are, again, just habits that if you can instill these habits, you're going to be making progress either way, whether that's in your personal life, in business, in mental health, at your work, etc. Then there may be things that you're not going to do every day, but you want to plan in for those last 71 days, and you want to do them on a weekly basis. So maybe that's plan 1 social engagement a week. So that could be friends, family, etc. Maybe you want to go to the gym 4 times a week. Maybe you've been slacking, and that's something that you want to keep doing for the last 71 days. You want to try to up your times in the gym. I would encourage you not to do too many. I think it's better to have less and make them quality habits that are actually going to help you and that you actually can deliver on, rather than doing like a million different things that you don't think that you're just going to maybe do it for the first few days, but you don't manage to sustain that throughout the rest of 2025. Okay, so I think that I'm going to leave it here. Obviously, personalize this as you see fit. Now, this is just kind of the concept. Obviously, I would really recommend making a habit tracker or something so you actually make this happen. What I do is on Sunday, I will grab a piece of paper and plan out my whole week. And then if you can try to get into the habit of doing something like that, you can build in these daily and weekly habits into your schedule. Otherwise, you could also use Notion or another system to make a habit tracker, or do it on paper the old-fashioned way if that works better for you. So now I'm going to go on to goals and philosophies. I also really like to make these things really visual because I think it just helps the mind. So I've put some kind of inspo images in here. So like this is the type of thing that I like. I like to make everything very like mood boardy. Maybe that helps you as well. So the goals are sort of just maybe 1 or 2. It could have been maybe New Year's resolutions or like personal goals or business goals that you wanted to do in 2025, but you kind of like didn't get around to it, but you want to still finish them. So maybe it's start a side hustle. You're probably not going to be able to maybe pull it off to the same extent in these last 71 days, but even if you could just come up with a plan and start the process. It could be something that you build further in 2026, but every bit of progress is better than nothing. Okay, then for a second goal, maybe this would be like a personal goal or something. You could say maybe, again, super personalized, but just make it something that is doable and that would really help you in maybe various facets of your life. Lastly, I think it's really important that the routines and the goals sort of line up. So ideally, you want your routines and your habits to further your goal. And I think in this case, that is true. We have stuff like gym, which would obviously help for losing weight. And then we have like deep work block, for example, which would further a side hustle. Same for even a daily walk, actually, that helps both losing weight, but a daily walk can also really help you get focused and help your sort of cognitive abilities. So yeah, if they can kind of all channel into each other, that would be awesome. I think I'm gonna make these call outs. Purple background, I'm gonna change this to. I'm just gonna duplicate it. Again, like to me, like this is almost like the artistic side of like making plans like this. It's very like mood boardy, I like that a lot. Maybe that helps you too. As you can see, I'm just copying the inspo image that I have below. Maybe there's something in your life that you've been struggling with. Maybe it's like confidence or something else. So again, I'm just spitballing over here. Obviously, this is very, very personalized. I don't know, maybe some people think this is cheesy, but like genuinely, like I just feel like this gets my thoughts in one place, it helps me conceptualize, and it excites me. Like I literally get a dopamine rush from like just sort of thinking about stuff like this. And I think in a way it's almost like manifesting, like you are making a plan for your future self, and that's really motivating. So yeah, so short and sweet, this is how I organize a fall sprint. Set up some routines, set up some goals, have some overarching philosophies. You want to end 2025 on a positive note, and let's crush 2025 and start 2026 in the best place ever.